Welcome to Staff Works Explained. If you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel. Also, you can hit the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, you're among the first people to be notified. In today's episode, we'll be talking about Tullow Oil, rejection of its Field Development Plan or FDP. In this video, we'll be talking about that rejection by the Kenyan government. We'll see the reason why it was rejected. We'll look at what is an FDP, what's next for Tullow Oil and Kenya Oil project, as well as what will happen thereafter. Please welcome and let us explore this together. Kenya now has to wait longer for it to become an oil producing country. This is after rejection of Tullow Oil Field Development Plan for the South Lokicha Oil Project. Tullow Oil had submitted its Field Development Plan or FDP to the Kenyan government way back in 2021 or 2020 thereafter, around that time. It was told to revise the FDP in 2021, and this submission marked a significant milestone in the development of Kenya oil resources. The FDP has been on review by the Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, and this is in line with Section 30, Subsection 3 of the Petroleum Act of 2019. The review process was expected to be complete by June 30th, 2024, and after 2 weeks in July 2024, the verdict was issued. So what is a field development plan? This is an oil project plan that comprehensively outlines the strategies, processes, and technologies that are required to efficiently and economically develop and manage an oil field. It includes a project review where it outlines the background and the objectives of the project, the reservoir evaluation where geographical data and reserve estimates are done, development strategy, environmental impact assessment, economic analysis, service analysis, health, safety, environment analysis, risk management, monitoring and evaluation, implementation plan, as well as decommissioning plan. So in essence, we can say that an FDP serves as a roadmap for the development and management of oil field, ensuring that all technical and financial as well as environmental aspects are addressed. So going back to the rejection of Tullow Oil Field Development Plan, we can say that the decision to reject the commercialization proposal of Tullow Oil now casts doubt on Kenya's ambitions to enter into the list of oil producing countries in the world. It also raises concerns about Kenya's ability to make the most out of its natural resources. The rejection of FDP comes years after the delays that has been surrounding these oil project. The commercially viable oil deposits were discovered in 2012. Now we are in 2024, and still we have not made much progress as far as fast oil is concerned. The rejection will mean that Kenya has to wait for long. It means that the Tullow Oil has to go back to the drawing board, and so many things might happen before we become an oil producing country. So what are the reasons for the rejection of this FDP? These reasons surround around financial and technical shortcomings. On financial viability, the government through EPRA felt that Tullow Oil had not adequately addressed how they would cover the significant investment gap. This after withdrawal of two of the joint partners. So the project requires billions of shillings, but Tullow Oil assets in Kenya have a limited value. There are concerns about Tullow's ability to raise the necessary funds, especially considering their negative book value in the recent years. Then there is also technical deficiency, where the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum has pointed out weaknesses in Tullow's plan. This could be due to a number of factors, but it suggests the proposal may not have met Kenya technical standards for development of oil fields. So what's next for Tullow Oil and Project Oil Kenya? The recent rejection in the puts a significant blow on Tullow Oil. It is an indication that the revised field development plan still did not address the Kenyan government concerns adequately. This in itself could damage Tullow Oil's credibility and even make it harder to find a strategic partner or even to convince the government of a future revision. Next step for Tullow Oil could be further revision of FDP, where Tullow Oil might need to significantly rework the plan to address the financial and technical shortcomings identified by the government, and this process could take longer given that they submitted their original FDP in 2020, 2021 they revised, now we are in 2024, almost 4 years down the line, and still it took that long for the government to make its decision. So with revision, we expect probably to take this long. So Kenya has to wait for longer before we have the first oil. They could also decide to negotiate with the government, where they make some compromises that will satisfy both parties, and this again might take long. They could also exit the project if the challenges are insurmountable. Tullow might decide to exit the project altogether. This would be a major loss for the company and could discourage other potential investors. What's the impact to Kenya? The delay in oil extraction is also a setback to Kenya's economic development plans. The government might wait for Tullow to revise its FDP and even come up with a new proposal depending on their confidence with Tullow Oil ability to deliver. They could also seek a new partner where the government could explore options with other oil producing companies, oil companies that could potentially develop the oil fields. This would likely involve new bidding process, and these will take long. So overall, you can say that the recent rejection creates a complex situation for Kenya and Tullow Oil. The path forward for Tullow Oil and also oil extraction in Kenya is not very clear. Both sides will need to find a way to address the issues, especially if they want to see the project move forward. So we'll be looking closely to see how this unfolds, whether Tullow Oil will revise the FDP, whether there will be talks, whether the project will be abandoned altogether, and also whether the Kenyan government may go looking for other development partners. So we'll be in the lookout to see how this progresses. So thank you for reaching this far. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing to this channel, share, like, and comment. Thank you. Additional experts. New reports indicate that Tullow has been struggling to attract the partner. The recent impairment of $18 million on the project assets reflects this difficulty, and raises question about the project overall attractiveness to the potential investors. There's also the issue of securing land and water access rights, and these are regulatory and legal hurdles where obtaining land and water rights can be a complex process involving negotiations with the local communities and navigating Kenyan regulations. Delays in securing these rights can significantly impact the project timeline. There are also concerns within the community, where there have been reports of local communities raising concerns about the potential environmental and social impacts of the project, and addressing these concerns and ensuring transparent communication will be crucial for Tullow Oil to gain social license to operate. There's also issue of obtaining finances. Tullow Oil ability to secure financing beyond the strategic partner will depend on demonstrating the project economic viability. So this includes factors like oil price forecast, production estimates, as well as overall project cost. There's also global oil price fluctuation